Welcome back to another Real Talk reaction. This one is for Loki. Season 1, episode number 2, baby. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and continue to hit that notification bell. Thanks.
Yes, so we got a couple comments to feature from episode 1. First, starting with our patrons and executive producer list saying, OMG, I'm so excited for Loki. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. This opening episode was brilliant, and how Loki experienced his whole life story in a matter of minutes was crazy, and it was portrayed beautifully by Tom, and I'm excited to see God of Mischief in action one last time. Wow, didn't know Owen Wilson was part of this project, but it's a great choice. Also, the TVA and their agents look formidable because they literally use Infinity Stones as paperweights. Facts! Like, blew my effing mind.
That's gangster.
But even with all these resources, they still can't catch or tame this particular version of Loki who's hunting their Minutemen. This was an excellent setup for the season, and I can't wait for the next one. Christopher adds, love the Coulson mention, makes me miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. even more.
Yeah.
I mean, I had that definitely obviously gave you Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vibes, but also when he's going through and the part about whether he's a robot or not totally made me think of like May. So like I got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vibes as well. Alright, and then a couple of comments from YouTube. Just as a heads up, guys, I'm going to feature the first couple comments that typically post the same day that we react because I'm worried about spoilers because we typically don't get to watch the episode until after it's already aired, so I'm trying to keep the comments to those earlier ones. So we will be featuring Michelle Leach, who just says, yes, so good. Then we got Down K, maybe? If that's everything Loki has ever said, then it would be more than that stack of paper in front of him. That whole part honestly made me think of that Eddie Murphy movie where like if he keeps talking, the leaves of the tree thing. So like that kind of, I had that vibe. All right, last comment is from Goat8386, or excuse me, Ghost8386, who says, glorious episode. I love the nod to Secret Wars in this episode. I wonder if that weapon from the 3rd millennium is a nod to Kang the Conqueror. I'm getting a Blade Runner and Ricky Morty vibe from Loki. Loki's main theme was loosely based on a Clockwork Orange 1971 film. Lastly, I'm hoping Loki meets Kang the Conqueror in a future MCU project. Tara Strong as Miss Minutes was awesome. Yeah. Alright guys, great comments, keep those coming, and let's get into episode 2 right now.
We've learned what happens when a Nexus event branches past red line.
Very bad things.
Come on, Loki. What is it?
Come on, Loki.
It's when the TVA can no longer reset the Nexus event. Okay? Point.
Right. And that would lead to the destruction of the timeline and the collapse of reality as we know it.
Can you hear me? Are you recording or are you alive?
Sort of both. Watch it. Where's your man? Oh, hey, quit it. That is not nice. Jerk.
Jerk.
I got jet ski magazine. Put it down. Come on, you're up. Let's spin an attack. Let's go.
Spin the attack. Come on, let's go.
Put it on. Good. You got it. Smart.
C-20 and her team went dark shortly after they jumped into the 1985 branch. All signs point to another ambush. We've grabbed enough temporal aura to know it's our Loki variant, but which kind of Loki remains unknown.
Which
The lesser kind, to be clear.
Let me see the back of that jacket.
Wait, so there's several Lokis out there? No. He didn't know it said down there.
Very subtle. Well done.
Very
I don't
soft.
want anybody out there to forget what you are.
Oh, your only hope of capturing a murderer.
No, a cosmic mistake.
That's enough.
Lovely.
Here's the deal. When we get out on the branch, we're not just looking for a time criminal, we're looking for a Loki, a variation of this guy. A type we should all be very familiar with because the TVA has pruned a lot of these guys, almost more than any other variant. And no two are alike. Slight differences in appearances, or not so slight. Different powers, although powers generally include shape-shifting, illusion, projection, and my
Duplication.
favorite, illusion projection.
They're the two completely different powers, actually.
How?
Illusion projection involves depicting a detailed image from outside oneself which is perceptible in the external world, whereas duplication casting entails recreating an exact facsimile of one's own body in its present circumstance, which acts as a true holographic mirror of its molecular structure. But
I love his
you
perspective.
already knew that.
Take a breath. Noted. We're going to break into two teams, including
Don't be talking about my powers.
Professor Loki.
Why?
Because whoever this variant is, we haven't been able to find them. So let's bring in the next one.
It's me.
That's me, people. Just so y'all
Do I
know.
get a weapon? Yeah. I'll have my magic back. Is no one concerned about that? Or what? Me betraying you?
No, why not? Because you already know that we can catch you, and how's betraying us going to get you any closer to the timekeepers?
An audience with the timekeepers on the table.
Keep that focus.
I feel like that was manipulation.
Apex of Nexus signature
I don't
located.
think he at all intends to give Loki an opportunity to
Yeah,
meet
you
with the
know.
timekeepers.
Why don't we just travel back to before the attack, when the variant first arrives?
Nexus events destabilize the time flow. This branch is still changing and growing, so you got to show up in real time. Did you watch any of the training videos you were supposed to?
Well, as many as I can stand, TVA propaganda is exhausting. And what do these do? Reset charges prune the affected radius of a branched timeline, allowing time to heal all its wounds. Which, by the way, sounds like a nice way of saying disintegrate everything in its vicinity.
It's on it.
He's on it.
Watch the videos. It's on.
Don't watch the video.
So he's taking hostages now?
The variant's never taken a hostage before.
Maybe he's upping his game.
Or you pruned her.
A Loki couldn't have gotten the jump on C20.
I think you underestimate, actually.
Fan out and search for her. And hurry
So
up,
they're
because
very
there are 3
naive.
units on the red line.
Come on.
Wait. If you leave this tent, you'll end up like them.
What do you see?
Those you underestimate will devour you. You underestimate me. Just as you underestimate this lesser Loki. Which is why you walk into one wolf's mouth after another.
2 units. He is wasting our time.
Okay, come on, Loki. Make a long story short.
We need to look for C20.
But that's exactly what the variant wants you to do.
Mm-hmm. If she could just
It's
listen.
a trap. He's waiting for you outside. Very grave danger to be realized.
He's lying. Just playing games. There's no one out there.
Reset the timeline.
You let him do all of that?
Wait for a second.
Yeah,
My ears
for
are
sure.
sharp, too.
My ears are sharp too.
Is it just me, or does this office keep getting better and better? Where'd you get that one, the snow globe? I love those. I don't remember bringing back that case.
You're not the only analyst working for me.
What would you say, maybe I'm your favorite one? Why do you get to keep all the trophies from my cases in here? You don't think I'd love having that roller skate there?
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm on some important TVA business. Follow up to a field mission, you know how it goes. We redline near the apex and, well, it's never good. I'd like all files pertaining to the creation of the TVA.
Those are classified.
Okay, I'd like all files pertaining to the beginning of time then.
Those are classified.
Okay, the end of time.
Those are classified.
Okay, what files can I have?
His flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in his, future.
In the TV screen. Asgard, entire planet. Total planetary destruction. Zero variance detected.
He had his aha moment, baby. He's had his house moment. What does it mean?
So the variant didn't go to that Ragnarok.
Don't bother me until you read all the files.
Wow.
Every file.
Yes.
Pertaining to the variant.
The answer isn't in the files, it's on the timeline. He's hiding in apocalypses.
Which apocalypse? Any time in history, there's like a million of them.
Third is Asgard.
No,
In this
it's
scenario.
not Asgard. That's
It's
my
available.
lunch.
Just hang in.
That's my lunch.
That's salad.
I could go down to Asgard before Ragnarok causes its complete destruction, and I could do anything I wanted. I could, let's say, push the Hulk off the Rainbow Bridge. There he goes.
Assaults Hulk.
And I could also set fire to the palace.
No, just stop. Don't set fire to the palace.
I can do whatever I want to.
Because
it's
there's not
about to
enough
be,
time, and it can't branch off to
Yeah.
create another thing.
And it's about to be destroyed anyway.
Yeah.
Let me get another song.
Oh God.
I gotta really.
You, I see, I just need it.
My milk.
Because the apocalypse is coming. Ragnarok. Surtur will destroy Asgard no matter what I do.
No, don't do.
I could have ate
The
with salt,
apocalypse.
but now.
That's the apocalypse.
Ragnarok obliterates the soul. Ragnarok. There it is.
What am I looking at?
Okay, it was a
So
project.
then what? Then he pops out of there
It doesn't matter.
right
It
before.
could be any apocalypse. It could be a tidal wave. It could be a meteor. It could be a volcano, a supernova. If everything and everyone around you is destined for imminent destruction, then nothing that I say or do will matter. Because the timeline's not going to branch. Because it gets destroyed.
It's just
The variant could be hiding in the apocalypse and do whatever he wants, and we wouldn't know.
That's actually pretty good.
Take me to a real apocalypse. Take me to Ragnarok. I'll show you.
Yeah, so you can run away back to your homeland? No.
No, we're not going home. We can go anywhere.
I'm not taking you for a stroll along the promenade, much less an apocalypse.
Oh, Mobius, come on. What could possibly go wrong? We got to properly test this theory.
Well, here's a fun theory. You lure me out to the field and then you stab me in the back. And that's a theory I don't want to test.
I've never stabbed anyone in the back.
Let me go by
That's a
myself.
betrayal.
Okay, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
50 times.
I never do it again.
I'll never do it again.
Okay.
Okay, look. You don't trust me. You can trust one thing. I love to be right.
You know that. So I'm going Pompeii.
How the fuck did you know that?
Pompeii, Italia.
How'd you know that?
Now look at it. Where are you gonna go back to? Hey, that's the same girl from 1985
No.
who was talking to him. Hey, we all dressed up here. Come on, some of us need this. You sure?
Entire town is wiped
Give
off
us
the
some
face of the
FaceTime.
planet. Imagine all that volcanic ash.
I know we don't want to get too giddy.
Oh, come on. It's cool.
No, it is cool, but it's just not in good taste because of
Just
I'm
give
not
it his
gonna die
suit.
anyway.
I know. Now listen, only wants a 10 path for any variance energy.
Okay.
Because we gotta be careful. If you're wrong, and there's a good chance you are, anything we do can create a huge branch.
Oh, Mobius. It make even the end of the world sound boring.
Listen, okay, we're not meant to be here, okay?
Okay.
Anything we do can impact the course of history. You get that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start very small.
Quod ego de futuris advendi. We are from the future, right? What is the TVA? I mean, it's from the future. It sounds from the future. It's pretty futury.
It's pretty futury.
Enjoy your love, feel what you can. Nothing matters!
Nothing matters!
Any consequence! Don't bloody still can!
By the way, at your desk, that magazine.
Yeah, jet skis.
Yes. Why do you have that?
Because they're awesome.
I suppose they are.
Yeah. You know, some things, actually most things in history are handed down that everything gets ruined eventually. But in the early 1990s, for a brief shining moment, there was a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski. A reasonable man cannot differ.
You ever been on one?
No. I think a TV agent showing up on a jet ski on the sacred timeline, that would create a branch for sure.
It'll be fun, though.
Yeah. It'd be really fun.
So why read about them?
It just helps remind me of what we're fighting for.
I mean, you really believe in all this stuff.
Don't you?
I don't get hung up on believe, not believe. I just accept what is.
3 magic lizards
Timekeepers.
created the TVA, and everyone in it,
Right.
including you.
Including me.
You see, every time I start to admire your intelligence, you say something like that.
Who created you, Loki?
A frost giant of Jotunheim,
And who?
using magic to dry my clothes. So I then announce myself with every squeaky footstep like the rest of you.
Oh, right.
Take both teams and sweep the storm
Would
shelter.
you like me to dry you?
Loki and I are going to check out the greenhouse. We'll meet back at the
No.
showroom. No?
You go with D90, he stays with me.
What are you talking? He's under my supervision.
This is my field op Mobius. If he's not a threat, then he won't be a
Of course
problem.
he's a threat. Do you not remember the Time Theater? That's why I want him with me.
You are more than welcome to go back to the TVA and litigate with Renslayer, but right
We're
now...
here. We're not going back. The variant is
No,
here.
it's fine. It's fine. You can trust me. I understand I had to earn that. So I will.
Why is it the people you can't trust are always saying, trust me? Try to hang on to your time power this time. We'll see you in the showroom.
I ain't gonna tell you why. He bested you last time. Yeah, he showed it there. He done got you. The 20 minutes till it's over.
You're the fool the TVA brought in to hunt me down.
Me, I presume.
Please. If anyone's anyone, you're me.
Mm. You know that ego, babe.
Yeah.
How nice to meet you.
How nice to meet you. What if I double brainwash you? How does that work?
You got FEMA? National Guard?
Yeah, I mean, wonderful.
Hey, if you got a copter or other transport, now's the time to use it. We got women and kids, and that weather ain't playing.
No, I'm sorry, we don't.
How the heck did you get here?
This is like that Denzel Washington movie.
Phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to call your little friends for help?
What's the matter? You too scared to meet me face to face? Show yourself. You know, gaining their confidence was no mean feat.
Oh my god. You went undercover.
If you could possibly sheathe your smile for a moment, I have an offer for you. That's why I found you.
Go on.
I'm going to overthrow the timekeepers. And
cards on the table, I could use a qualified lieutenant. And I assume you mean me. What say you, Loki? Oh, don't call me that. You can call me Randy. God, now I understand why Full Fun is so annoying. Listen, enough with your games. I've been trying to help you. I kept them
See, I
vulnerable
bet
to
you
the
it's not
Renaissance fair for
effing
some
Loki.
time. Oh gosh, that was just so nice of you. But after 8 to 10 seconds of consideration, the answer is no.
After 8 to 10 seconds.
I'm not interested in ruling the Time Variance Authority.
It's not what I want.
Oh, there's the thingies.
It's real. It was real.
What's real?
Off the bar.
It's real. I want to go home.
Let me get you there. Just call the TVA. Let the infirmary know.
No. I gave it away.
What did you give away?
The timekeepers, where they are. I gave it away. How to find them.
50 US steps.
Yeah, but how did you give it away? I thought it's top secret. Like, not too many people know.
If you don't want to rule the TVA, then what do you want?
It doesn't matter. You're too late.
I think I'm well ahead of schedule. I found your hiding place like that. I'd say that makes me the superior Loki, wouldn't you?
I see.
That's your plan. Lure us all here so you can blow the place up.
Brace yourself.
Oh, I bet he did the duplicate thing. Oh, just a minute. It's a girl.
This isn't about you.
Who's that?
Girl, Loki.
Right.
What's that doing?
You know you gotta go, man. You know he gotta go.
Who is that?
Alright, it was episode 2 of Loki, and wowzers. Wow, that was a whole lot up in there. A lot of vocals, a lot of conversation, dialogue of just everything that you can watch again and just take it all in to understand what is really going on. But the gist of it was the surprise at the end that obviously the reason why they kept Loki covered up this whole time, even though we knew it was supposed to be a Loki, it turns out to be a woman Loki, and probably not even a Loki. They just keep calling her Loki because they think that's who that is right there, and it might be just somebody else, but it could be another version of a Loki, just a female version of it. And what is her plan? The only thing I can think of, which I think you agree, babe, is that she delivered all of the reset buttons to all different times in the future. Or in the past, future, wherever. All the timelines to make it chaotic, crazy for some reason, because I guarantee you this version of Loki does not believe in the TVA, just like our version of Loki does not believe in this whole cultist of TVA, 3 lizards running the whole thing. She don't. And she's going to probably try, this is her thing of trying to prove it does not exist by causing a chaotic Nexus event in the timeline, going crazy. What does that mean? I don't know. Now we separated from the TVA. Loki's off with her. Maybe now he only has to be the one to save the day, if possible, or learn some more stuff that we need to know to make things all intriguing. Either way, we got ourselves a super duper hot fire show going on right now that's going to leave you hanging on for every week to come back and see what's popping off and how this is going to lead to something in the future. And I'm here for all that. Excellent episode.
Yeah, so there's so many things I loved about this episode. I loved the explanation of the multiple variants that is Loki. So they kind of set it up to where it's believable now seeing the reveal of the female version of Loki. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but I feel like they wouldn't have prefaced earlier on in the episode by showing us all those holograms of the different variations of Loki, like the tree Loki, you know, all the different variations there were. Felt like it was supposed to make more sense when we see a female Loki. Yeah. Is what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. I love the fact that I thought they're doing such a brilliant job with, to me, such a complex subject when it comes to time travel and the timeline and all of that, by creating situations in which it clearly, you're able to grasp and understand it. So Loki figuring out that the variant is hiding in the moments before an apocalypse happens, to me is just freaking brilliant. I thought that was so smart, so cleverly written, to where you could fully grasp it, you can visualize it, you're like, this makes total sense. You honestly didn't need, because it was such a simplistic explanation and it's so easily to grasp, you didn't need the Pompeii scene to like demonstrate it, but that added caveat was just so fun. So like it was just so brilliant to me, the way they wrote that in and the way that it, so far in both episodes, like it is a huge complex plot device that they have going on, but the way that they're giving it to us, it's much easier to digest, because it could have been done very sloppily where we're like, what the F is happening? So love all that. I love the fact that Loki's been in training with the TVA. I don't know how long, but obviously he's been working with Miss Minute, so like he's grasping the TVA working, so to speak. So he does have a lot more knowledge than he's like obviously lending to us as viewers, but we've seen him demonstrate that even this episode too. Now as far as, for one, the setup on the last 20 minutes of this episode, when they first get to Alabama, the music score was epic. Yeah, it was real good. The delivery of all that was incredible. And then that last moment where, because I was about to be super pissed if they didn't show us the face again. I'm like, are we going to do episodes? What's the big reveal here? But seeing all the charges go down and then seeing the timeline completely spaz out was incredible. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they can do with that. I don't know what her motivations are. And like it's very weird being on this side of the table with Loki as our protagonist, as our main person, because it could go. You want to stop that?
But she's trying to say that he go crazy. Continuing.
So yeah, like typically in this situation, when you know the person is the hero, like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Bucky, like we know the intentions behind their actions, but Loki's in such this like weird situation where like he has been the villain, and when we plucked him out of the timeline, he was the villain. So like in 2 episodes, he can't have a full transformation. That wouldn't make sense. But he did state earlier in the episode too that he's got this own game that he's playing. So is him making the decision to go with the other Loki or the girl part of his initial end game, so to speak, that he was already crafting, or like is he going with her to help Owen Wilson? I don't know. And that's what's so cool about this series, this season specifically is that we don't know how it's going to play out because we don't know what side Loki's going to fall on. Loki doesn't necessarily agree with the TVA either, so it doesn't mean that he's necessarily going to do anything to help them. So, like...
They're probably going to end up being on teams, him and girl Loki, because they both probably out there actually just want to find out the truth. And once they find out the truth, they're going to probably team up to try to get Owen Wilson them and the other TVA security girl to try to come to their side and be like, look, this is a ploy. And then it turns out the judge is probably going to be one of the bad guys who's been...
Well, that's all speculation.
Yeah, all
You're
speculation.
Like, completely speculating
I'm just
everything
saying.
now. So, but my point was...
Because if her point is not to take over the TVA, not to destroy the timekeepers, the girl Loki, but she did what she just did, is to actually just cause chaos, is what totally what you want to do. And I think her point is, let's see if it's real. If they're so real and they're so powerful, the three lizards that's controlling it, let's see what they do with this. Fix it if you're real.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. But this was another phenomenal episode. It was definitely heavily inundated with information. So it will take a second viewing to pull all the parts of put all the parts together. But loves it and absolutely can't wait till 7 days from now when we get to see the next episode.
Let's go. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Loki Season 1, Episode 2. And until next time, people, peace.